Rice ready to kick it off and get this game started. From inside the 10, here he comes. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, that they get him on the ground at the 20. A lot of times you run into these types of matchups, high-powered offense, big-time team against an opponent that's likely overmatched. So how do they keep this thing from getting ugly?
Well, everyone's going to have to elevate their level of play here defensively to have any chance in this one. And I'll tell you the hard part about stopping this offense, David, it's what Chip Kelly used to always say. It's a nameless, faceless opponent. They don't care who you are. They don't care what your record is. This offense comes out, and they are trying to embarrass you.
Well, the good thing is for this defense, it's been talked about all week, right? Like, you're not good enough. This is a high-powered offense. Like, the players' attention are fully caught, right? They know exactly what they're going against. Let's see if some emotion and adrenaline can really play a factor, and they play better than they have all year.
3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Fires to the tight end. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38. Looking to throw on first down. Quickly to the tight end. Finds a little bit of room and finally wrestled out of bounds at the 43. Line getting set on 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd down.
Back to pass. Fires to the big fella. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. This defense will try to force a 4th down on 3rd and short from the 45. They'll try to get it through the air. Quickly out to the tight end. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short. He'll aim it toward the sideline to try to make it tough on the return team. So the Rice Owls offense will get the ball for the first time. A matchup we'll be watching in this one really takes you back. Big-time running back going right into the face of a tackling machine at linebacker, David.
Yeah, and we're going to see this individual battle a lot, not just in pass coverage when they match up, but just meeting in holes. And who's going to win when they go head-to-head? That will be a big factor in who wins this football game. But, Jesse, one-on-one, this is going to be a show.
And this is going to be an incredible matchup that's going to go on until there's zeros up on the clock. Both of these guys have circled this game on the calendar because they knew who they were going to be facing. Two guys we know are going to play at the next level, but I think this is probably one of the better individual matchups we're going to see all season long.
He breaks a tackle, and he'll find enough running room to get it just short of midfield at the 49. Trying play action. Just can't pull the trigger, and the quarterback is sacked at the 41.
And this is what the offense knows they cannot do. They can't allow sacks. In their last game, they were sacked 5 times. Obviously lost that football game. And early in this one, they're having issues again, keeping their quarterback standing up straight.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in. They punted away on 4th down. They're able to put a stop to that return right at the 30-yard line. Here comes the offense back onto the field. Hands it off. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Wants to go up top. Grabbed in the middle. It's McGee. They'll wrestle him down just short of the 1st down. I don't even think they're going to bring out the chains to measure this one. He'll sneak it. Got enough for the 1st down. They moved the chains on the ground last time. Let's see if they try to hit him up top. Coming out on 1st down with the play fake. Throws into double coverage and it's picked off. He stopped, not much on the return, but a whole lot in getting the football.
Yeah, and linebackers have to do a really good job of playing the run, but you could see sitting back in cover two, understanding I got to get my zone, get my eyes on the QB, break on the football. Nice play by that linebacker. Nice pick.
Rice takes over the Owls, ready to get that offense cooking again. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Find a little balance between the run, Jesse, and working in that pass.
And I think, too, David, it's just going to take a spark. It just takes one play to get this thing picked.
And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38. The pocket broke down, and the quarterback had to take the sack.
Really impressed by this pass rush, Reese. Just guys winning their individual battles one-on-one up front. They're able to get to the quarterback.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't make the connection. Rice will be forced to send out the punt unit. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Signals for the fair catch, and that's where they'll put it in play just outside the 20. First play of the drive comes from the 22. They'll start this drive going to the air. Unloads to the wideout. On target over the middle. All the way out to the 38-yard line. It's a gain of 15. Looking downfield on first down. Looking to the big tight end. Got him downfield. And he's rolled down right there, but he'll have plenty to move the sticks.
And the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football, had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating the explosive play.
Defense has dominated the early part of this game, and the stats point that out emphatically. Well, based on that, we can hope to see a little more offensive explosion here in the second quarter as we get ready to get things started. First play of the period, first down here. They'll run the option. He'll toss it. And that one will go in reverse. The defense all over that pitch on the option. Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. Had to work to pick up 3 down to the 33-yard line. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, the running back has it. Not going to get there, not going to get close as he's brought down at the 30. It's 4th down. Here comes the field goal unit. He's got it. Showing off that big leg from 47 yards out.
And that's not the way they wanted to end the drive, but nice job being ready and your field goal kicker coming through and putting 3 points on the board.
They'll kick it away after putting up a field goal on that last drive. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Rice has the ball back, and they're ready to send the offense back to the field. Makes the quick grab. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. Back to pass on 2nd down. Now he's going to break the pocket. Got a first down. He turns this into a nice gain and gets down to avoid the hit.
And you're seeing here the difficulties defenses have trying to contain this guy. If you leave a lane open or you don't sack him right away, you allow him to get outside the pocket, he is going to take off, and he is very difficult to tackle in the open field. He's got running back-like ability out in space.
Tackle is made at the 44, but he picked up 10 yards and enough for a first down. And the Owls come to the line with a new set of downs. He'll toss it. Breaks into the open. Perfectly timed on that pitch, and they pick up the first down on the play. This first half of offense won't go on the highlight reel so far, but starting to get things moving, it's 1st and 10. At the 20, he's got space. He rolls all the way down to the 5-yard line before they finally get him stopped. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Let's see if Rice can get it in on 1st and goal. Oh, and they'll try to catch him with a pass. Now he's going to glide away from pressure. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Owls! He just makes it look so easy. Impressive run.
So impressive. Time and time again, he can buy time, make you look silly, and the defense is just kind of like, wait a minute, you got him? I got him? No? Well, nobody's got him.
Lining up for the PAT. And the extra point is good, and it's a 4-point lead. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Dynamite matchup this week in the American fellas. Let's show you what's going down. USF is dominating this one thanks to an offense that's done whatever it's wanted since the opening kickoff. They're up by 21 over Tulane. We'll circle back if anything big happens in this clash in the American you should know about.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. And here comes the offense on 2nd down. Looking to fire. He's got him. And he'll move his way forward to the 1st down. They'll mark it at the 35. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Off the play fake on 1st down, wants to throw. And the defense forced that incompletion with the deflection. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Back to pass. They're working that left side.
I think really good wide receivers do a good job of making every route kind of look the same. You could tell this looked like a vertical route. So if I'm a DB, I'm bailing, and all of a sudden he sits that hitch down. Nice job by the wide receiver creating enough separation to create a positive gain.
They bring the punter onto the field now. He'll go back to work and punt it away for the 2nd time. You'd think they would have had a good chance to down that one deep, but the bounce carries it into the end zone for the touchback. Quarterback on the keeper. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Let's talk for just a minute about Rice. Good pickup on the recruiting trail last week. 3-star offensive lineman gives them a verbal, and this is the type of talent they need to get into the program and then develop.
Yeah, and this really was more of an emotional decision, I think, for him as well. He's been a fan of this program ever since he was a young boy, and now he's getting a chance to live out his dreams. As a 3-star, he had opportunities to go elsewhere to play in better conferences against better competition, but this for him felt like home, and now he has a chance to go out and live that dream.
Rice will be forced to send out the punt unit. Makes the catch, wants to make a move upfield. Looking for running room, he'll get it to the 43-yard line before he's stopped. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. The give to the back. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7. Got a little work done on 1st down, now back to the line. Going to sling it on 2nd down. Finds his big tight end. Dragged down at the 43, but they've got it in enemy territory. They picked up 10 and give him a 1st down. To the air on 1st down. Showing the arm strength down the left side. And a big play on the outside. What a job to keep those feet in bounds and get the completion.
And how about the big strike down the field? I love when offenses take shots down the field, try to make big plays. Now they're set up in the red zone.
And as we get deep in this first half, a 1st and goal and a chance to take the lead before the break. They'll try to get it in with the run. He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of pay dirt. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Looking for just 1 more yard. It's 2nd and goal. Tries again to get it in. Just hammer it with this running back again, and he noses his way into the end zone.
And the running back was not going to be denied on that play. He had a hole, he saw it, he put his foot in the ground, and that was pay dirt.
He'll try to tack on 1 more. And the extra point puts them up by a field goal. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. He'll bring it out. It's Griffin. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. Good news, I guess. A lot of room to work with as they start this drive from their own 15. Calls his own number. He's going to lose a yard on that one. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. He'll do it himself. There he goes. They stay aggressive and push their way out to the 33, and it's 1st down. Clock stops momentarily for the 1st down. They'll hurry to the line. Wants to throw on 1st down. Makes the grab. He snagged it, but he'll be stopped short of the 1st down. Good, solid pickup on that play. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. And they'll stop him just short of the 1st down, just inches away from moving the sticks. They're going to try to throw for it on 3rd down. Bought a little time, lets it go. Finds his tight end. They're able to make the stop, but he is beyond the line to gain. It's 1st down Rice. Wants to go up top on 1st down. That's caught. It's small.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
Looking to go up top, and time's running out in the half. Grabbed over the middle. It's McCann. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. Rice going to work with another 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. Here's the pressure. Strong pass rush gets to the quarterback, and they get him at the 46. The offense burns its 3rd and final timeout of the half. Back to throw, time running short in the half. Using the quick game. Several defenders get an assist on that tackle. They're at their fastest tempo trying to get off this 3rd down play. From the gun, wants to pass. He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. It's picked off. That's 18 of those this season. He'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there.
Well, the quarterback on that one put a lot of air under the ball. The problem is it gave the defender time to get his head around and locate it. And because of that, he was able to come away with the interception.
Inside 30 seconds to play in the half. We'll see how aggressive they are on this drive. Looking to throw on 1st down. The quick out. He'll go out of bounds at the 38-yard line as this offense patiently tries to work the ball out of its own end. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. It's complete to the left. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. He'll throw on third down. Fires on the run. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. And they make the play to stop the scoring opportunity just before the end of the half.
And this is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
Final seconds of the first half. Let's see if they can pull off a little magic. Looking downfield on first down. Here's a heat. How about this defense making a statement to end the half with a sack? That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Thanks, guys. Looks like we've had ourselves a really entertaining first half. And yes, football is a game of inches, but man, is that really the case when you consider the length of some of these possessions. Look, I'm not an analytics guy, but I do know this. The team that sustains drives and just moves the sticks might be the team that comes out on top today. For now, let's get back to the guys in the booth to start up this second half.
Just about set to get this second half underway. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Rice takes over the Owls, ready to get that offense cooking again. They start this third quarter, 1-possession game, and hoping to get an early drive going.
This offense is ready, and they're ready to take the field here and see if they can get something established. They don't have to change everything and reinvent the wheel. They've had some successes in the first half, so let's get that continued here on the opening drive.
Yeah, and I love getting that break at half to go talk with my coaches and pick my offensive coordinator's brain so I know exactly what I need to do to attack this defense, and I get ball first.
Let's see what call they have on 3rd and long from the 28. It'll be a draw. And the defense had his hands full, but they finally wrestle him down short of the first down. Rice will be forced to send out the punt unit. He's getting a lot of work. 4th time he's punted tonight. He looks it in and makes the fair catch, and they'll have it at the 32. So, guys, we'll see this offense again. They'll try it over the left side. He fought him off for a while, but that's what they mean by gang tackling. Lost 5 on that first play, and now it's 2nd and 15. Wants to go up top. They'll run the screen. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. And that last completion left them short of the sticks. It's 3rd down. Just a short pass to the tight end. And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Here comes the offense on 1st and 10 from the 47. Safe little shovel pass. They stop him just short of the first down, but it will be 2nd and inches coming up. And they'll come to the line with less than a yard to go. The inside handoff. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Right back to the well. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. He'll pull it on the read. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Catch in the middle, it's McGee. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. They'll run for it. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the 1st down. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. Fired that thing out in a heartbeat, but it's incomplete. Long drive continues as the offense keeps working the ball down the field. From the gun, the give, looking for room. Brought down after a good pickup, and they're in the red zone at the 20. Got to pick up a few to move the sticks here on 3rd down from their own 20. Looking to throw for it. Snags it over the middle. That'll be enough for the 1st down, and now they've got it at the 15-yard line. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. All the way down to the 15-yard line. It's 1st down. Leaves it with the back. He had all kinds of company as soon as he got it. He had to fight his way back just to get to the line of scrimmage. Give to the running back. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Boy, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on 1st and goal. A quick completion to the left, looking for the 1st down. They make the stop at the 5-yard line, and they've got it 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Knocked down behind the line. Boy, he powered through one tackler, but there were more there to greet him. After getting nothing done on 1st down, 2nd and goal from the 6. And this one will be stopped for no gain. It's 3rd and goal and 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Trying to find the end zone. And they've got him down after the short completion, but they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. 4th and goal from the 3. Let's see what this offense can dial up from here. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on downs. The Owls buried deep in their own territory, just trying to find breathing room on 1st down. Just tried to barge their way forward out of the gun and still couldn't find any room to run. And talk about spreading the ball around. Everyone getting a chance to show off the hands based on the number of targets we've seen. When you're dealing with a deficit like this, it's all about somebody stepping up to make a play, and you might as well start here in the 4th quarter. So the final period starts with a 2nd down play. From the gun, he leads it with the back. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. And guys, they're not going to give up on picking up the 1st down, but they also need some breathing room for the punter. Throws for the tight end. Hauls it in. It'll be a 1st down as he gets it to the 24-yard line. And the Owls come to the line with a fresh set of downs. He'll keep it himself. Got to be smart, patient, great vision. Uses all of that to get to the 29. On 2nd down, will they go back to the ground game? They'll move the wide receiver. They'll go to the ground. Breaks the tackle. And he fights his way forward, gets away from one, but not much doing on that one. On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Grabbed behind the line. It's Worthy. And that one looked great on the grease board, but when they blow it up like that, the defense is going to win every time. He'll get away another punt. He's been really active today, and no doubt he's going to earn his varsity letter. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Now this offense is back on the field. The give to the single back. A most efficient pickup of 6 on first down. It's 2nd and 4.
At the 39-yard line. Brings up 2nd down.
They'll keep it on the ground. And it's a first down. They'll mark it at the 44. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Breaking out the jet sweep. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. After losing a couple on that last play, here's 2nd and 12. Looking to fire. He lost one down the sideline. Hits him in stride inside the 10. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands.
Pass interference. Defense.
And the offense didn't need to accept the penalty thanks to that big play. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost trying to defend their own end zone. Once again, finding nowhere to run against this defense as he's knocked down immediately. Makes the grab. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
On the play. It's now 3rd.
On 3rd and goal, they'll try to throw it in. And it's incomplete despite some serious arm strength shown there. And now on 4th down, they will put it on the shoulders of the kicker to save them with his foot. Smashes it between the uprights. And now it'll take a touchdown to at least tie them a 6-point lead here in the 4th. After putting 3 on the board, the kickoff unit ready to go. Fielded in the end zone, it's Griffin. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Rice has the ball back, and they're ready to send the offense back to the field. Here's the give off the left side. Finding an escape route. Strong run to get it out to the 21-yard line, a pickup of 6. The Owls in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Slithers into space. Changing on the move. It'll be a first down at the 29. Offense in the sumo set with the big boys. Quarterback on the keeper. Powers through the defender.
Yeah, and it's a nice job by this defense. Understand, listen, that QB is a threat, and they're going to run all kinds of options. He's going to run the football. They were dialed in and got that sucker to the ground.
So now it's 2nd and long. Gives it on the option. Sweet cut there. They finally get him stopped, and this veteran junior running back comes up with a nice play. The offense gets a quick timeout. At this point, every second is precious. Now on first down from the 43-yard line. Snagged in the middle. It's McCann. And they pick up just a few on that completion. Trying to get a rhythm in the passing game. Now on 2nd down. He'll do it himself. Oh, he's got some space. And this defense is a half a beat behind. They just can't quite keep up. They've got it down to the 21. To the air on first down. Under fire. Incomplete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Maybe a 3-yard pickup there, 3rd and long coming up. Rice hoping to cash one in from the red zone. Rides the back on the option to give. That'll be enough to give them a 1st and goal from the 10.
It's hard to stop great runners. It really is. That's why you run the football consistently. You got a big offensive line, a big physical unit. You run the football like this, man, it will take a toll later. But you got to tackle this guy over and over again who has this ability to make people miss and make big plays.
Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. from the gun, the ground game. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. On 3rd and short, they'll try to convert through the air. Hauls it in the end zone for a touchdown, and now they just need the extra point to take the lead.
Man, that drive right there is exactly what you dream about. That's how you want your offense to perform. Under a clutch situation, you take the ball down the field, get the score, and now an extra point away from taking the lead late in this ballgame.
Big extra point coming. It would give them the lead late. And the extra point gives them a 1-point lead here in the 4th. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. On the move from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. They'd love to put a long drive together here as they start from their own 21. Pocket breaking down. And he can't find anyone open, and down he goes. A sack here late in the 4th. Timeout called by the offense. 29 seconds left on the clock. Nothing doing downfield. He'll cut his losses and throw it away. It'll be 3rd down. They've got to move quickly here. Still a chance, but they've got to force the ball down the field. On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. Couldn't find a man and just had to throw it away to avoid a negative play. Trailing by a possession, they need to keep the ball. They'll try to convert on 4th down. A deep throw as the clock winds down. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. And that decision will be questioned for a while. To be honest, both of these offenses played as if they were waist deep in mud. Plenty of struggles, and they come up just short in this one.
Definitely a defensive struggle here. So the good news for this team is you like what you saw on that side of the football, guys making plays, but the offense has got to be able to pick it up. You've got to be able to find ways to generate explosive plays and generate points. They couldn't do it.
And it's very frustrating for a defense when you see your offense time and time again not come through. They did their job. Offense next time just has to do a lot better.
Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.